need your grace to remind me to find my own. If I lay here, if I just lay here, you know how it goes, the rest. I'm glad I did that first so that I can cut it out if I want to, but I don't usually cut anything out. Like I really wanted to cut out the other day, whenever that was, where I like was sitting here and I unconsciously picked up all the things. I didn't mean to do that. But, you know, here's the thing. I got double protection. No, triple protection today. I got a big fucking mane. I have a hat and I have a hood. A hood. 3 things. I'm in a fucking bubble. I'm unstoppable. Yo, I just listened back to the, I sound like an idiot, the addiction and recovery episode, and man, I was all over the fucking place. It's frustrating to listen to. Anyhow, what I want to talk about today is vulnerability and the hangover that it comes with. So, vulnerability is, to me, anything that I share that maybe could be judged or that I felt self-conscious about or unsure about. So, you know, most of the time when people say vulnerable about me, it's because I share things like feelings and shit that maybe not everybody would share. But I'll tell you, it just like makes, I feel like it makes things easier somewhat, because like I'd rather just know, hey, what the fuck's your problem? What's going on with you? So that I can understand what's happening with a person, and then I don't have to spend my time figuring out what it is. Like, can you just tell me? But I also understand that it is hard to share feelings. I feel vulnerable about sharing feelings all the fucking time. But I think we get confused or tripped up or stopped by vulnerability feeling scary, and then we take scary and just don't do it. Just because something is scary doesn't mean you can't do it or that you shouldn't do it. And I think maybe because I am fucking scared all the time and pushing myself to do things that I'm scared of all the time, I don't want to do actual big scary things like, you know, going on amusement park rides or like skydiving or something. Skydiving! That's a thing that Chris does to Michael's face. He goes like this, and he squishes his face back, and he goes, skydiving! It's really funny. Yeah, I don't want to do that shit. I like my ability to push myself to do scary things. It has run out. You know, like by the time I get to anything that's actually scary, like we good. Where are we at? Vulnerability. So yeah, I don't sing in front of anyone ever. The only people I sing in front of are my children, and even then I don't like give it what I got, because it's something that I enjoy for myself, by myself, and I get to keep it. If I don't share it with anyone, then it won't be tainted. Yeah. I taint things enough as they are, and so if I can get my shiny little rock to be just shiny enough for me. I don't want you to see where my rock is not the shiniest. That's stupid. I'm, mad judging myself, but that's just the most interesting parts of people, is the parts that aren't shiny. Don't show me your shiny shit. Don't just show me what I want to see. Show me all the parts, the fucking rough parts, dirty parts, the gross parts, like I want to see the real thing. But it's vulnerable. And so when doing vulnerable things, sometimes there's like an emotional hangover. You have unearthed something, shared something, took a leap in sharing. Sometimes it's sharing your feelings, showing your talent, sharing your hopes and dreams, sharing your fucking genitals. That's vulnerable. Sharing your toothbrush. That's fucking vulnerable. I don't know why I feel so strong about that. Anyway, afterwards it can be kind of like now there's space, right? Ooh, that's good. So we've created some space. You got the thing out, got vulnerable about it, but you like let it out. It's like releasing a pressure valve, I think. So you relieve some of the pressure off of you, now there's space. And that's what we talk about all the time in yoga, is create space, create space, create space for something new, or just create some more space than you have. I typically talk about in your body, because the easiest way to for me to get related to other people and for them to understand what I'm saying is to relate it to their body. Because like it's actual and factual. A TLC said that, but like your body, you could point to your knee, like this is my knee, and when I do these things to my knee, it feels good, and when I do these things to my knee, it feels bad. So like, okay, you trust me, right? You get what I'm saying. This is what we know about this. But then you get lower to the subtle body. You can't just go right into it. You gotta have the fucking foreplay. What am I even talking about? Oh God, I talk about sex all the time. Why do I do that? Is it just the comedians? You know, comedians are typically that's like a cheap way to connect. Mm-hmm. It's an easy way to get a laugh. Yeah. Anyway, vulnerability hangover. So we have this space. And though that may seem like a thing that we're aiming for, I don't think that we like it. I don't think I like it. Because when I have space, then I just jam something else in there. Whether that's like my schedule, if I free up space, like, oh, I don't have to do this thing, so no, I'm gonna do this thing. Yeah, there's only so many like time slots. Like, I have fit people, probably like retail people too. Your schedule sucks, and your friends are like, "Can you blah blah?" And you're like, "No," because I have to work for 1 hour at various points of the day. It's weird, but I love it. Man, I coached a house party tonight. I'm usually just a chatter. And it was so fucking fun. I didn't know anybody. And I got to meet people and learn a little bit I got to connect with new people. I like doing that. When there's no baggage. I take all of the things. Yes, this is what somebody said when they said we work our shit out on other people. Because like we're tying it in a bow. So get vulnerable. You're unearthing some of the stuff from yourself, but then it's landing on other people. So like, oh, look at me over here. I have some space. And now you have that part of me, that information. Well, what do I fill the space with? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that thing. And then I will go into a shame spiral of, questioning, well, should I have? And then I prove to myself, it's okay. And if they don't react well, it's their fucking fault. You got to make someone else wrong. I have spoken about this many times. When I feel especially vulnerable with a person, they are the enemy. I have to make them into the enemy. So when they inevitably, make everything be bad, I at least get to be right about it. See, I knew this whole fucking time. That's why I ask you questions all day fucking every day, because I'm just building a case. The more questions I ask, the more insecure I feel. That's not true. I ask people lots of questions because I'm interested in whatever it is that they're talking about. Like, for example, at the gym, when I'm asking someone like, oh, where did you start? Or where are you from? What brought you to the area? I actually want to know. I'm not just taking a thing to put into my data bank to then spit out to you later like I'm trying to sell you something. I'm not trying to fucking sell you anything. I mean, yeah, I'm selling myself for sure as like a credible person to like, hey, come on, join this party that we're doing. See, it's fun. Because you gotta like reframe fitness sometimes because it's fucking hard. And I think maybe that's why sometimes I find workouts so hard is like, no, but it's so fun here. This is my fun place. Yeah, and also it's fun to be dead on the floor. God, I love that. Where you're just like, stars and God and shit. Vulnerability hangover. Yeah, so go into the shame and assume, right, start rejecting yourself. I start rejecting myself, and that's what makes me build the pile of evidence that the other person or parties or whomever it is that I find to be my enemy because I feel vulnerable about them, which is all you motherfuckers. Humans with ears who are listening to this. This seems like a very self-centered, narcissistic thing to do, and that's not my intention. It's just like in the age of social media, we're just fucking flooded with meaningless bullshit. And maybe this is also meaningless. But if you feel that way, you probably wouldn't be listening. But also, like, how much could anything actually mean, you know? I'd say, for me, having this conversation is meaningful and beneficial. It's offering me a chance to have a lot of self-reflection and to share things that I've gleaned from the experiences that I've had thus far. It is making me feel very vulnerable, though, because I am saying things out loud to a wider audience than I typically have, especially since COVID. I'm good with groups. Give me a big group. I'm good one-on-one and in small groups too, but like, I really like big groups of people. Getting related to big groups of people. So I find, we have our groups and things. I don't want to spin off. Come back. You guys, you gotta help me. When I lean back, that's when I start like, oof. The pontification pontoon is just floating right out of here onto some other lake or river of an ocean. I'm gonna do it right now. My fucking biceps and like where they insert right into here, and then my forearms, just this right here, it's fucking hurts so bad from yesterday, from snatches. Why does it hurt there? And my whole neck. All right, let's stop whining. Vulnerability hangover, self-rejection. Fuck you, I knew you were gonna hurt me. And because all of that is so loud in my head, all that calculation and shame and rejection and, gathering of evidence is exhausting. I don't like doing that. I like just existing as a fucking person. So, what needs to happen? Do I need to stop what I'm doing? No. Christopher says, well, you put your whole life on the internet. Of course I don't know what he said. He didn't mean it in like a disparaging way. Not in an accusatory way. Which is nice. I did have to ask for clarification though. Anyway, I don't need to change what I'm doing. I need to change how I'm thinking. Yeah, what's it? You can't think your way into acting different, but you can act your way into thinking different. So keep doing it, listening, getting okay with it. I don't know how much more time I have, honestly, on the planet. Could we get to the part where it's just like not so fucking hard? Just to be myself. Just to be with myself. Like every day. Is this bad? Guys, is this bad? I don't think so. I think I'm just noticing things. There's a lot of very good things too. Like, listen. It's raining tonight, and it's such a welcome, different noise than fireworks. It's really very good, and the rain is like so loud all around me. That's why I started singing on the porch, because the acoustics in here were just fantastic. Which sounds very funny to say, but as a person who speaks for a living and is concerned with voice projection and delivery, I do notice things like that. I really like talking to big groups of people. How do we do that, friends? How do we do that? I would need, someone else would have to talk to me. I'm not just gonna sit up on a fucking, no, I can't even say it out loud. No, let me get vulnerable one more time and then I'm gonna go, because we're gonna keep this one shorter. Because I feel like, I don't know, it's just like a lot to listen to. It's like I'm gonna sit up on a stage by myself with my fucking wicker chair, just pontificating and going off into outer space while people listen to me. No, I want people to talk back. I guess this is just practice for real life. Maybe. Do you want to see Michael? Let's see Michael and then go to bed. Michael. Hi. Come here. Can you come up here? He's still very wary from the weekend, and then the day after 4th of July, there was a thunderstorm. And he was like, not this shit again, lady. Not this shit. I don't like to be licked in the mouth. Good night.